Okay, that's better. Hi everybody, welcome to Monday night's Facebook Live. Just letting the dog in, so hopefully he won't disturb us. Apologies there's no screen view of me tonight. I've had a bit of a lazy day and I'm still in my pyjamas. I had my shower and I put my pyjamas back on earlier. I had a funny reaction yesterday to some caffeine that I was given by error. So I've had a real lazy day today. I'm in my jammies, I have no makeup on. My hair is scraped back, so no one wants to see that. I don't want to frighten anybody. So welcome to everyone who's joining me tonight. Thank you so much for spending a bit of your Monday night with me. Thank you for joining me at the later time of 8:30. So it's usually 8 o'clock, but tonight we've gone for 8:30. It's half term here, so the girls haven't gone to bed on time. We've had a really lovely evening and I didn't really want to rush them into bed, so a little bit later than the normal time, but I hope you don't mind. Just a little bit later volume down. Okay, so hi to Alison, hi to Lisa. First day of half term's been really lazy, it's been lovely, just what we've needed. Hi Sharon, and hi to you Bev as well. Oh, you're in your jammies as well, I love that. Okay, so tonight I am going to be playing with, I'm really sorry guys that have said don't show you anything that you haven't already got. I'm playing with, no, not that one. You don't want that one. This one. I have got Big Hooray on my desk and I have Rays of Light. Rays of Light is a new background stamp and Big Hooray is exactly what it is. It's a big stamp set, big words that are designed for a number of occasions. We've got hooray, hugs, hey there, thanks, feels and day. The idea is that big can be matched with big hooray, big day, big feels, big hugs and big thanks. So really, really versatile stamp set, and it jumped off of the page when I first saw it in the catalogue. Rays of Light is also another firm favourite of mine in the new catalogue. I do love me a background stamp, and this one really, really spoke to me, and it can be used with lots of different things and in lots of different ways. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to use that this evening. I'll show you one quick card that I made earlier and it looks like this. So I've used the background stamp here and I have actually stamped it onto shimmer white cardstock and added some water, so you've got real texture built into that background there and some really nice watercolour marks as well. I've added in big and hug, so I've stamped the word big in Starry Sky ink, new one here, and then I've cut it out so that we don't get this sort of rough edge. I've cut it into a nice banner, added the word hugs, and then our cute little bear comes from Count on Me, and he's just been coloured with crumb cake and petal pink ink from a Stampin blend pen. I'm really pleased with how that's come out, but I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can use this Rays of Light stamp set, and I'm going to focus on this one here. I think it could go in two very different directions. So the first thing I'm going to do, I need to give my Rays of Light stamp set a quick clean. Now I was using it originally with my Stamparatus, but I'm going to use it with a large stamping block instead. Now this is a Stampin scrub. For those of you that don't know what this is what I use to clean all of my stamps. I have one on my desk and I have one in my box that I take to classes with me. The idea being is one side you wet, the other side you leave dry. I've wet it with this Stampin mist, and all we do is we pick our stamp up. You can leave it on the block or you can take them like this. You give it a little wash on the side that we've sprayed, and then over here we give it a clean, we give it a dry on the side that we haven't sprayed. Now what that does is that also conditions your stamps so they don't get damaged, they don't deteriorate over time, and it keeps them in really nice condition. It's also really good for the environment because as you know, using baby wipes and antibacterial wipes aren't the best for the environment. Okay, So for this one here, I've stamped in red, and I'll show you a couple of different ways that I've used this. So I've added that to a smaller piece of watercolour card as well, added some water, and this one I've sort of stamped off. Okay, evening to you, Sue. Nice to have you with us this evening. Now I think I'm going to go for a different colour this time. I haven't brought any cardstock with me, which is always handy, isn't it? So we're going to stamp onto some basic white, and I'm also going to bring in a bit of, let's have some So Saffron. Dave, I'm just going to rescue the dog bed from being destroyed. Such a naughty puppy. Okay, so I'm going to go with some white and some yellow for tonight's cards. And I'm going to cut my white card down to 9 centimetres by 13.4 centimetres. Okay, and this is going to be our first card of the evening. I'm going to use my grid paper to just line that up and make sure I've got that straight. And then I'm going to stamp this with some So Saffron ink. Now he's going to start and try and get into my rubbish box. Evening, Wendy. How are you doing? Okay, I'm going to give this a really good ink. Nice. And then I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to stamp it onto my white piece of card. Now the great thing about using this acrylic block is that it's really heavy, so it should do most of the work for us. And it has, look, it's done that really, really nicely. So that's given us a lovely effect there. Now I'm going to bring in my So Saffron and I'm going to cut this down as well. So we're going to go for 9 centimetres by 13.4. Evening to you, Joanna. Thanks for joining us. Oh, how was your hometown, Oxford? You know what? I'm a massive, massive fan of Oxford. I went there for the first time at Christmas with my husband for a weekend away to celebrate his 40th. And we fell in love with it, absolutely fell in love with it. And then we went back this weekend after my husband had entered a triathlon with the family and the children. And we had another really, really lovely day. Absolutely love it there, Wendy. I had no idea you were from Oxford. Learn something new every day. Okay, so now let's pick that up. So that's given us a completely different look. So that one there is stamped onto So Saffron card with So Saffron ink, and this one here is stamped on white card with So Saffron ink. Now you'll notice that my stamping isn't very straight, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim this piece of card down ever so slightly, and I'm going to take this one off by centimetre. I'm going to save that piece for inside my card, and this one I'm just going to take off by 0.5 centimetre. Now this one here I am going to cut down ever so slightly. So we've got 13 centimetres. So if I do 4 and a 4 and a 4, let's do that. So let's do 4 and a 5, and that should leave us with a 4. It does, brilliant. So I'm going to add that onto one card, and I'm going to add it plain onto another card. Excuse me. Let's cut ourselves a nice little card base, shall we? So I'm going to do a bit of mix and matching and some reversing here. So I'm cutting this down to 10.5 centimetres, and I'm going to score it at 14.9, well, between 14.9 and 14.8. So we can use this one here on that card. Excuse me, I've come home with a really nasty cough. It's not COVID. I've done myself a test. Did one yesterday and I did one today. But I really do feel quite rough. We had a lovely breakfast yesterday and I had a really gorgeous coffee, and I usually drink decaffeinated coffee, but for some reason yesterday I was given a caffeinated coffee and it did not like me. Right, so now let's go for, what have we got? 9.5. No, we haven't got 9.5. Let's get another piece. Like Everywhere You Live, I couldn't stand it when I was there. Have never been back in the 15 years I've been away. I love the Oxford on Lewis. I don't know how they got it looking so good. Bless you. Genuinely loved it. Very nice place for a wander. So let's go 9. And let's just see how this works out. Look at that. That's pretty good, isn't it? Except that's the wrong way. That one needs to be down there. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Jigsaw puzzle on a Monday night. Like so. Okay. Great bookshops. I was obsessed with the bookshops yesterday, Wendy. We spent an hour, almost an hour and a half in a bookshop called Blackwell's that was just down or in the same sort of area as the Bodleian Library. Loved it. It holds the record apparently for the most books in one room. Me and my girls were in our elements. Okay, so I'm just adding these pieces to a piece of white card. And you could do this with any of our background stamps. I think I'm going to have it like that actually. And I'm going to bring in something that I used the other day. I'm going to bring this in. Let's Set Sail. These background stamps are great for using with anything else that's on your desk. So I'm going to use the Let's Set Sail stamp. It features in the mini catalogue, but it is also going to be, it's also in the main catalogue as well. There is a punch that goes with this. I haven't got it. I didn't buy it. I do love a bit of fussy cutting, so for me, if it's a simple fussy cut, I will stay with that and just use my scissors. Okay, so let's stamp our boat. Don't know if I want to stamp that in that colour. Let's see what we think. Okay, so there is the base of a boat. And shall we stamp it in a different colour? So what colours look good together? We've got that one. We've got that one. Tahitian Tide. Pacific Point. Let's go Balmy Blue. I do love the little sailboat. Me too. I love the little sailboat. He's very cute. Okay, so we're going to line this up. And then I'm going to cut it out. Oh, that's not been used. That's not been cleaned. Don't you just love it when that happens, gang? Let's try that again. close that one up before I stamp it in the wrong colour again. Let's try this. Let's just stamp it on my grid paper. That's lovely. I must have put that away dirty. Sorry about that. Let's put this in as well. Love a little sailboat. Now, if you were on a sailboat, where would you be going? If you could go anywhere in the world on a sailboat or on any kind of boat, where would you be going? Let's have a little chat. I'd go somewhere in Greece. I do love a Greek island. Nice Greek salad. Okay, so I'm just going to fussy cut around this. If you have the punch, you can punch these items out and get yourself a really nice little sailboat. But I am going to just fussy cut around this with my snips. Just going to move a few things out of way. It's starting to feel a bit busy on my desk. Evening, Mum. My lovely mummy has just joined. Okay. Just following this around, being sure not to cut this the boat part off. Oh, I like it, girls. What do you think? Wendy would go round the Gower Peninsula about 15 miles from home. Oh, Lake Windermere. That sounds lovely. Sue would go to a loch in Scotland. But Sue, what about the Loch Ness Monster? What have you got eaten by the Loch Ness Monster? Okay, so the sentiments we have in here, we have let your dream set sail, adventure awaits, and hope it's your best day ever. Well, I'm not going to use any of those. Out you go. Just letting my naughty doggy out. Okay. How about big hooray, big, what do we reckon? Summer in Greece. I'm with you, Catherine. Yeah, that's me. And so I only saw an otter. It could have been a Loch Ness Monster baby. Are you sure it wasn't? Are you sure? Right, let's have a little play with this. So we've got hay there with the little boat. Or we've got thanks. Doesn't necessarily feel the right card for thanks. We could just go hooray. What do we reckon? What are our thoughts, guys? Hope it's your best day ever, or adventure awaits. I've got a little idea with this adventure awaits, actually. I know I said I'd use the big one, but we might use the big one on the next one. Yeah, right, okay. So let's attach this to a little block. My blocks are going in tonight for their weekly kind of block cleaning. They've all got a bit grubby. Okay, so we've used Adventure Awaits and it's stamped in Starry Sky. Really pleased with this Starry Sky. Now, what are the new circles called? Stylish shapes, aren't they? Is that what they're called? Let's have a look. They are stylish shapes. So let's use one of these circles. So stylish shapes. That looks nice, doesn't it? Let's run that through our die machine. I'm not going to bring that into the shop for you. It just makes everything shake. Starry Sky is my favourite. I won't lie, I think it's one of mine, but I do really love the sweet sorbet. I keep wanting to call it strawberry sorbet for some reason though. Did we used to have one called that? It sounds a bit familiar. Okay, so if we put that on there, it hides our little circle in the middle. It's a great little spot for our sentiment, and I think that looks really nice. Yeah, pleased with that. Let's put that on to some dimensionals, shall we? Today's a good day because I need to open a new packet. Anyone else really enjoy opening a new pack of dimensionals? I do. I'm just going to move that over slightly, and then we can put our little sailboat on. But actually, before we do that, I'm going to stamp some little birds. On here we've got some nice little birdies. Just make sure we've got them up the right way, shall we? I'm going to stamp them in Starry Sky as well. And that looks nice. Okay. Nice delicate little stamp, that one. Oh, that sits there just nicely. Catherine's put perfect. Thank you, Catherine. That's really kind of you. Okay. Let's stick him down. We've got some mini dimensionals here. I had a terrible night's sleep last night. Me and my husband stayed up watching this programme on Netflix. It had David Tennant in it. It's quite old, and it was called The Escape Artist. Has anyone heard of it? Well, it wasn't on Netflix, it was Amazon Prime, and it was basically about, he was a barrister. It was very good, very well done. It really stayed with me, and I couldn't sleep. I had real panic dreams. And do we think that needs to go on that card, or should we put it on Barney Blue? Let's have a little look. Definitely having a bit of a mix and match evening tonight. Anyway, if you like David Tennant, give it a watch. What do we think? On the light blue or on the dark blue? I'm leaning towards the dark blue. What do we think? Now, this piece of card I have was originally 12 by 12, so let's see if we can cut it down. Yeah, we can. So let's cut 10.5 centimetres. We'll turn that round. We'll score at 14.9 and 29.8 is our end measurement. I really like that. I'm really pleased with how that's come out. Let's do a little bit of glue. Pleased with that, really pleased with that. Now let's just do a little bit of detail inside. So that is 14 centimetres by 9 centimetres. Oh, that was good. That was a good call. And we can stick this piece in. Okay, so that is our second card using the Ray of Sunshine stamp set. I didn't make this one on the live. I made this one earlier. Here's one I made earlier, and this is the one that we've just made. I've paired it with the Let's Set Sail stamp set. Really nice for someone going off on holiday or maybe going off on an adventure somewhere, and you just want to wish them well. It's also really nice to use as a gift card. Perhaps if you wanted to give someone some pennies, just some holiday spending money, you could pop the gift card or the money in there and write them a nice message, and that's a really nice little gift. So the second one I'm going to make, we originally made this here, okay. Excuse me, my cough is really annoying me now. And this is, what am I trying to say? This is card number 2. Well, let's trim this down, and I have a little idea. I'm going to trim this down to 14.4 and down to 10 centimetres. All will become clear, I promise. Okay, I'm going to stick this in the back of my card. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my little die. And I'm going to create a window in my card, I think. So let's just see where this is going to go. This is going to go in there like so. So we want our window to be about there. So I'm going to close that down. I'm just going to push my finger into where that inside of that die is going to be, okay? And line this up on the front of the card. And that's going to be about there. All very much about. And I'm going to run this through my die machine, which is just next to me. Danielle's put she loves them, and Alison has put lovely. Thank you, Alison. Thank you, Danielle. Okay, let's just run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine that's next to me. Alison, how is your cabin coming along? Do tell us all about it. Okay, so there we have. Oh, I can't. There's a die shape there that we can save for later. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Sandra, sorry, very late to the party. No worries at all, my lovely. I hope you're keeping well. We are just using the Rays of Light background stamp tonight to make some interesting cards. This is card number 2. Right, so we've created a nice little background. I'm going to use this banner here, I think. And I'm going to turn this into a thank you card. Yeah, let's do that. Right, what colour shall we go with, guys? Shall we go with this nice balmy blue colour, or shall we go for a different colour altogether? What about a polished pink? I guess it depends what we're going to put in it, doesn't it? On it I've got Highland Heather. No, I don't like that. I've got a mint macaron. That would work. Or Bermuda Bay would be nice. So would Coastal Cabana. We've got a Mango Melody. Or we've got a Parakeet Party. Parakeet Party would be nice. Alison says she's still waiting for the carpet, but she's itching to get to IKEA. I bet you are. Sandra's put black. Oh, you're reading my mind, Sandra. But I'm trying to use another colour. I'm going to go with this green, I think. Let's grab us some Parakeet Party cardstock, shall we? I'll probably go, oh no. Let's try it. Let's take me out of that comfort zone and see what happens. I'm just going to cut a bit of this off. I'm going to take this die and cut that out. A little tip when you're running these dies through is to put them in at an angle so you don't get a real rigid edge going through your machine. Love that new colour, Parakeet Party. Could you imagine parakeets having a party? Okay, I feel like we need to do something else on here though, but I don't know what that is. Let's have a little look at what else we've got. Just seeing what else I've got on here. Where did my thanks go? There it is. Must be the end of the live because I am finishing, I'm losing things. Evening to you, Zaina. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's see what this looks like stamped in Granny Apple Green. No, stamped in Parakeet Party. Not too bad. It's got a bit of a funny edge to it, but I think I quite like that. Now, let's see if we can have a little character coming out. Perhaps he's floating off into the sky, off to have a little bit of fun. And let's give him a little stamp, shall we? Love our little penguin. He's also from the Count on Me stamp set, which is from last year's annual catalogue. I'm going to colour him in. So I'm kind of using black, Sandra, but maybe not in the way that you intended me to use it. But I'm hoping this will work. I want to keep those really bright colours on this card. So let's have a little poll. What colour shall I colour his balloon? What do we think? Norwich City colours. I'd love to know what, I'd love to say, I'd love to be confident and know what you're talking about there, but I'm clueless. I don't do football, I'm really sorry. It's not my bag, I'm afraid. Let's do some Mango Melody for his beak and his... feet. Coastal Cabana. Loving that now. We don't have a Coastal Cabana blend, but yeah, that would work. Great suggestion, Alison. I'll take that. Yellow and, oh, I see, yellow and green. Okay. So it's we don't have a Coastal Cabana blend, which is really annoying. So I'm going to use Bermuda Bay instead. Right, now let's see if I can cut out our little friend without cutting the balloon string off. This is a challenge for 9:10 on a Monday evening. So we've got a little penguin going up into the sky, having fun. So, what's everyone got planned for the Jubilee at the weekend? I actually feel really excited. We've got the village beacon being lit on Thursday evening. On Friday I've got an afternoon tea with some friends. And then Saturday we have got down at the dockyard and the Rochester Castle and some of the forts. Lots of activities going on during the day, and then on Sunday we've got a really big traditional village fete. So I feel really excited about what's going to be happening this week. It's nice to have things to look forward to. So I'm going to put that on there. Let's stick this down. Where did my mini dimensions go? Put them back. Loving the cars. Thank you very much, Jane. That's really kind of you. Does feel like I should be making Jubilee cards though. But hey. Okay, so I'm going to just snip this end of this banner off. Nice. And then our little penguin friend. Do we stick him to the banner or do we stick him behind the banner? I think we stick him behind actually. Church Hall, lovely. Pudding through the decades. Oh, that sounds amazing. Take lots of pictures, Alison. Love a pudding. Wrong penguin, bless you. Okay, so let's stick him down as well. So I'm going to stick his body down flat, but I'm going to put a little dimensional on his balloon just to raise ever so slightly. And there we have it. Look at him, isn't he cute? So I'm just going to see if there's another sentiment I've got in here. So I've got thanks. Nope. Nope. I want something that goes with that. Let's just have a little look. Where is the sending smiles? Thanks. Love and big hugs. We'll put that in it, shall we? So in here we've got love and big hugs. You're absolutely fine, girls. I'm enjoying the conversation. You chat away, it's absolutely fine. Okay, so we've got love and big hugs. And I'm going to put him about there because we don't want to see it from the front of the card. We only want to see it when we open the card. Oh, I like it. That would be a nice card front on its own, wouldn't it? I need that penguin. He is in the Count on Me stamp set, Jane. Okay, so we can't see him. Now, I think that card front is a little bit bland, so I'm going to just do a little bit of ink splashing on that. So I'm going to take myself a Mango Melody blend, a dark one. I know technically we don't have Mango Melody blends anymore, but I will be gutted when these run out because I use mine a lot. Okay, so I've just added a little bit of texture to that card front, and then to finish off I'm going to add a few little embellishments. Thank you very much, Stacey. He'll be on my order. You enjoy him. The other creatures are really cute as well, Jane. Look at this one that I did earlier. This is the teddy bear. Love him. Okay, so let's just finish off with some gems. Can't beat a gem, can you? And these are iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. And they've got a really lovely shimmer on them. So I'm just going to add a few of these to Mr. Penguin. Like so. I love him. And then to this one we'll add a few here as well to our first card that we made on our live today. So there we have it, girls. Just going to catch up with the comments briefly. So I'm just going to Jubilee Fire Pit Party Thursday evening, then our local beacon will be lit. Lovely. I love it when they light the baby beacons. Very nice. Okay, girls. So, and boys, whoever's watching, we are going to wrap up our cards that we've made tonight. So I have used the Ray of Light stamp set as my focus for this card. For tonight's live, we've created this one here. So I've stamped with So Saffron ink onto So Saffron card here for my background, trimmed it down into little panels and used it as my sunset that we've got going on there. I've added in some images and some sentiments from the Let's Set Sail stamp set that's in the main catalogue. I've also got this one here, really quick thank you card using the word thanks from the Big Hooray stamp set. We've added in a aperture using the Stylish Shapes dies. The squares, the dies, they leave a really nice stitching on the card that you die cut the image from, as well as on the die cut piece as well. I've stamped the same image with So Saffron ink but onto white card. Gives you a bit of a different look. And then we've added in our little stamped and coloured in penguin from the Count on Me stamp set, and then we've got a bright parakeet party sentiment there. And then one that I didn't make on the live but I made it earlier, so I will show it to you, is Big Hugs, and it's from the Big Hooray stamp set again. We've got a lovely teddy bear from Count on Me, and the background I have stamped with Sweet Sorbet onto shimmer white cardstock. So it's a really nice texture, but then I've added some water to it to give it a little bit of a washed out look. So that's it for me this evening, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really lovely comments coming in. Lovely cards, Stacey. Thanks for sharing. You're most welcome, Catherine. Glad you enjoyed it. Bev, love all your cards. You're most welcome. Alison, lovely and vibrant. I'm really trying to stay away from neutral colours. Great cards as always, Sharon. Thank you very much. Very nice. Actually love what you did with the background stamp. I'm really pleased as well. I'm going to try a few other techniques as well to show you later on in the week. And Sandra's put love that background stamp. I really love it too. It's really fun. It jumps off the page at me. And it was on my first order, so I'm excited to have a little play. This is my first play tonight and I'm really pleased with how it went. Everything that I've used tonight is available from my online store, which you can find at www.staceymarsh.co.uk. Don't forget to enter this month's host code, which is only available for the next 2 days. You'll get a free gift from me as a thank you in June. And if you have any questions about any of the products or techniques I've used, please do get in touch. And don't forget, we've got that amazing joining offer running until the end of tomorrow. And if you want any more information on that, please drop me a message. That's it from me, guys, tonight. Thank you so much for spending your Monday evening with me. I will be with you live again on Wednesday evening at 8:30, but over on YouTube. I do hope you can make it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now.